Welcome to Faith Vocals. My name is Faith, and I'm noticing I've got a red tongue today. I've been drinking my flavored water here, so there's that element of the stream. Some people dye their hair, I dye my tongue. So, well, my name is Faith. This is Faith Vocals, and I am a Christian who streams games, and I like to talk about my beliefs. My goal with this stream is to engage people with other beliefs in conversation and to learn about one another's beliefs. So I do a lot of talking on my own beliefs because I've got to fill airtime. I'm a small channel. We do get a few people in chat, but I do try to make sure that I bring good content. That's going to be my personal beliefs that I bring to the channel. But I am also very interested in the beliefs of those who are different from me. I would like to practice learning about other people's beliefs and coming to an understanding of their beliefs, even as I'm expressing mine. I think the culture nowadays, I've been seeing a lot of people engaging with people of opposing beliefs. I think the Twitterverse is a good example of this, where there's not an effort to understand someone. You form an image of that person in your head. Usually it's not a flattering image. Something that I call othering. I think it's not the only I'm not the only person who thinks of it this way. When someone other than you, someone with beliefs other than yours, you don't see that person as a human being. You see them as the other, and the other is usually some scary and unflattering enemy that you've got to destroy. And so this channel, I would like to practice not focusing on our differences. I'm very interested in discovering where those differences come from. I want to see where my beliefs may differ from yours or whoever wants to participate in chat or in the comments. Also, where my beliefs are the same as yours, because we share the same earth, so we have the same problems to contend with. We survive, so we come up with solutions to those problems based on our response to reality. And maybe we differ on whether or not there is a reality, but we still function in reality just the same. So there's got to be something, I believe, that we do share in common. I believe that everybody has at least one true belief and at least one false belief, probably more than those. So I'm just interested in where we differ, where we're the same, where we believe the same thing, and at what point that point of divergence is, where we go from believing the same to believing what's different. And I think in understanding that point and why it matters may be a critical key to conversation. This whole thing is something I'm still trying to figure out. Still trying to piece together things that I hear on the internet. And hopefully we can put that into practice on this channel and see if we can have a beneficial relationship out of that. So as a until you would like to come on and contribute what you believe, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the content with what I believe. So I've been going through the book of Genesis. Been over this past month, I've been going through the creation story in Genesis 1 and 2. We finished up Genesis chapters 2 and 3 yesterday. So Genesis chapter 1 talks about how God created the earth. And then Genesis chapter 2, from my understanding, zooms down kind of from the perspective of the first man, Adam. It talks about how God created Adam and how God created the Garden of Eden for Adam to live in, and how God decided that Adam needed what in some versions of the Bible is called a helpmeet, someone who is able to come alongside him and support him. And so God allowed Adam to look at all of the animals of the earth, name all of the animals of the earth, but there was no suitable helpmeet for Adam among any of the animals, because Adam was made in God's image. And so God took from Adam, a piece of Adam, his rib, and turned that rib into the first woman. So that's where we have Adam and Eve. That's where they come from. And God had also placed a tree, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, in this garden. And my personal belief about this tree is that God, I once upon a time it hit me. This thought struck me. It's interesting. God did not consider his creation perfect, did not consider this garden that he placed Adam and Eve in perfect until he had placed the tree of the knowledge of good and evil in that garden. And that's interesting. Why is it that God did not consider the Garden of Eden perfect until he had placed the tree there that Eve would eventually eat its fruit to in disobedience to God? And that would kind of there's a myth from Greek legend, the myth of Pandora's box, and this is a kind of similar situation. Eve eats the fruit, and that creates an act of disobedience. A finite being committed an infinite crime against an infinite God, and broke Earth basically. Ever since then, we've been in suffering as God's creation, not just man but animals too. And I think it all goes back to that one sin, but the truth is that each and every human being also commits acts of disobedience against God. Each of us finite beings commits this infinite crime against God anytime that we do something that he has commanded us not to do. In essence, it is us saying, God, I can't do anything about the fact that you exist. I'm too powerless to do anything about the fact that you exist. But if I had my druthers, you would not exist. And so, at the very least, I am going to pretend you do not exist. I am going to do it my way, as if you had not told me what to do. And so, it's any time that we disobey God, essentially, this is us committing an act of attempted murder against God. So at the end of Genesis chapter 3, God, being the standard of justice, God is the definition of perfect justice. God had to punish this crime that had been committed in the world that he created. And so he gave Adam, Eve, and even the serpent who tempted Eve in Genesis chapter 3, gave them a curse. So I'm going to go back a step. This is just a quick recap here. So for Adam, for the serpent was to be, to go about on its belly. So apparently the serpent had not done that before. Now the serpent was to go about on its belly. And the next verse here is a curse to the serpent, but a promise to humanity. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. So some people take this to mean that women are going to be afraid of snakes. I am pretty sure. In fact, I want to say I met someone online. I had a good friend online once upon a time who loved reptiles, and I'm sure snakes were among that classification of the creatures that she loved. So not necessarily that women are going to be afraid of snakes. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. So when we go to the end of the Bible in Revelation, the Bible describes a being named Satan as a serpent. And I believe that is a callback. This being named Satan. Satan is the Hebrew word that means adversary. He is an adversary to God. He is described as an accuser. So he is always at ready to accuse God's creation, us human beings, of our sin, and remind God, you were going to, those people have committed a great crime against you. Those people deserve death. The same serpent that tempted Eve, by the way. So I do believe that the two characters in Genesis and in Revelation are the same being, and we see him show up in different places in the Bible. So this verse is is telling of a future time when the offspring of this woman, implied to be a son of this woman, will bruise. That word in Hebrew can also be translated crush. Will crush the head of the serpent. And you, the serpent, shall bruise his heel. So which would you prefer to be crushed, your head or your heel? If I had the choice, I'd probably prefer to have my heel crushed. It would be a bummer for a while, but at least I'd survive it. Might get a chance to heal back from it, or learn to live around it. But having your head crushed is probably going to be fatal. So here's the promise. God makes this curse to the serpent, punishes the serpent. You're going to go about on your belly all the days of your life. Dust you shall eat all the days of your life. And there will be enmity between, I'm going to say, the great serpent, Satan, and the son of the woman, and Satan will ultimately be defeated. It's the way I would interpret this verse. This is a prophetic curse against the serpent and blessing to humanity. So the woman, he cursed with pain in childbearing, and this line can be read two ways. Your desire shall be contrary to your husband. So you will be opposed to your husband. Also, it could be or shall be toward your husband, depending on how you understand the Hebrew behind the verse. So hard to say whether it's that women are going to want what's opposite from their husbands, but their husband will be over them, or whether women are going to desire their husband's attention. But look at the next curse. Adam was cursed with in pain. Cursed is the ground because of you. In pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread. So man is busy toiling out in the field for the bread that he and his wife are going to live on. Maybe the man is not available for the woman the way that she wants. So I think that God is smart enough. Both of those could have been part of the curse. Could be. That's a place where I'm not going to claim 100% knowledge, but that's one of the things about looking through the Bible. There are areas where I want to be very careful about saying that my particular impression of what the Bible says is the only way to interpret it. I think we do need to interpret the Bible in context and understanding the original intention of the author. There's a concept in our modern society called death of the author. Basically, it doesn't matter what the author intended when he was writing the passage. It matters what the reader intends as they're reading the passage. And that's a nice concept, makes you feel good as a reader. You can take whatever you want from the book, but I don't think that I don't think it's a good one. Books in general are less informative that way. You can only take from that book what it is that you already have, basically. If death of the author, the concept I explained was the real way to go about things. I think it is important to understand the culture the author comes from, the author's motivations, to kind of, if you're going to get a full understanding of what the author is saying, you would benefit, I think, from having some background on who they are, what they're saying. So in this case, with the Bible, I think we want to understand what the original authors of the Bible were intending. And I say authors because as Christians, we do believe that God inspired the Bible. There's a place later in the Bible where it says that the words of the Bible are God-breathed. Basically, God did inspire the message of the Bible. They come directly from God. Therefore, the words of the Bible are true. However, God allowed human beings to be the hands through which the Bible was written. It was human hands that put the ink on the parchment. And I think he gave those humans the freedom to express what he was saying in their words, where those words were not going to be in the way of what God's message was. So I think there's some freedom between the two of those. It's not that every word here is necessarily in the particular style that God used. I think you can see different styles based on the authors of the different parts of the Bible, but each word of the Bible is true according to the original intention of that author as they were led by God through the Holy Spirit. And especially if I want to be looking at how they were writing in Hebrew and Greek, what the I believe the closer you get to the original manuscripts of the Bible, the more accurate your understanding of the Bible is going to be. That said, I think that over history, Christianity, those who have been tasked with copying the Bible and preparing it for future generations have been very careful to try to be as accurate as possible, given that we don't have the original documents in hand. We do have some that are very close in time. And so we're doing our best to get back to the original intent of that. So, looking at this curse, this is God's justice to Adam and Eve, and also he had told Adam when he commanded him not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil that at the time that they ate of it, they would surely die. And so God drove Adam and Eve from the garden where he had put them, the Garden of Eden, because there was also the tree of life in the garden. And God said if he were to reach out and take from the tree of life, he would live forever. Adam and Eve would live forever. So justly and mercifully, God did not allow that to happen. Since we do have death, since that is a reality for us, then there is also an end to this life that we live with, a nature that sins and rebels against God. And thankfully, as a result of the plan that God has made for salvation, we have the possibility of being resurrected, being given what the Bible describes as glorified bodies, being able to live on without that sin nature that has come down to us through Adam and Eve. And I expect as I continue to go through the Bible, then perhaps I may be able to come across sections of the Bible that say more about the sin nature. That is something, if you were to ask me, how do you know that we're naturally predisposed to sin? The best answer I can give you is every single person in the world does. There is not one person in the world who has not sinned against God except for Jesus Christ, who was God the Son, who took on human form so that he could prepare the way of salvation for us. He lived a life completely free of sin, and then he died a criminal's death for the purpose of taking our sin upon him if we choose to accept his salvation. Patrick, welcome. Sometimes when I start the stream, I turn on Discord to check if you're there. I was running late today, so I did not get into Discord, didn't check to see if you were there, so I hope I didn't leave you waiting and uninformed. Since I was running late, I decided to just go ahead and start the stream. But it's great to see you. And if you look at the description, then you'll see that I am definitely going to be available to play Minecraft with Herobrine later if you're available to do that. So just to let you know. Okay, so okay, great. Then I'm going to go ahead and get into the section that I was planning to talk on. This is the Patrick, if you know of something that you want to do, either we can continue with the mod, or if you want to find a different one, or if we just play Minecraft together, either way, that's fine. I know you mentioned there's a Herobrine mod. Excuse me. And please pardon the red tongue. I've got Kool-Aid stains, but okay, thank you. So I don't know if you were in the stream last week when I mentioned, because I responded, you'd said something about a Herobrine mod where you use an altar to call up Herobrine, and I kind of reacted to that, saying, yeah, that doesn't sound like it would line up with my Christian beliefs. So later on, I did say that if you still wanted to play the mod, it would be, I would certainly be okay with it. I just might ask you to call, to use the altar. I probably wouldn't. But if you're okay with me playing Subnautica, then I'll do that today, and we can make that our agreement. So you just let me know what your final decision on that is. I see currently you've said that I can play Subnautica. Just let me know if you change your mind about the Minecraft thing. So I've just finished the recap about what happened in Genesis chapter 3 with sin and God cursing Adam and Eve, but he gave them this blessing that Eve's offspring would crush the head of the serpent that had kind of led them into this sin. So then, beginning of Genesis chapter 4, the next chapter, it says, now Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bore Cain. So nice way of saying that Adam and Eve did what it takes to have a child, and she conceived and bore Cain, saying, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. The word Cain sounds like the Hebrew word forgotten. I was doing some research on this. I can show you what I was finding. This is a tool on the website I'm on is Blue Letter Bible or blb.org, and I love it because it's got tools like this. You can look at the Hebrew words, the meanings of the Hebrew words. So if we look at the word Cain, there's this idea. I'm going to look at some of the other verses here. There's a lot of references that we're going to look at because of Cain being alive. No, what I'm looking for is the root word here. And they give us a couple options. I'm going to see which one it is that I'm actually looking for. I think it's this one. So the root word for this would be to acquire, create, buy, possess. Talks about God owning the earth, of basically like buy or purchase, to take ownership of. Blessed be Abram by God Most High, possessor, footnote, of heaven and earth. So that's the kind of idea here. And I think, let me make sure I can get back to the verse. There we go. I think it's interesting how what Eve says kind of reveals her attitude towards God. In Genesis chapter 3, we had the serpent talking to Eve, and did God say, you shall not eat of any tree in the garden? And the woman Eve said, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but God said, you shall not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. And actually in Genesis 2, God did not say, you shall not touch it. God said, you shall not eat it, but God did not say, you shall not touch it. So you see this kind of attitude that Eve has toward God, and later in the Bible, we find out that God cares about what our thoughts are. Even our thoughts could possibly be sin. So it's hard to say whether the first sin was here, where Eve was already thinking of God as kind of tight-fisted. You can't even touch it. She's putting more restrictions on what God said. Definitely the Bible clearly points to her eating the fruit of the tree as sin. So this could be a case of temptation where, as Christians, we understand there's a difference between wanting to sin and actually committing the sin, but sometimes that line gets very fine. But you see in this section, Eve's attitude towards God is kind of possibly resentful. It's hard to say what her attitude towards God was, but she doesn't seem to think of him as a free giver. He's created this whole garden for her with all sorts of nice fruits and these animals that are pleasant to be around, and it's just one tree that she's not able to get her hands on, and he said don't touch it, but that's not what God said. So as we move on to the next chapter, she says, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. So this is after she has sinned. This is after she has been cursed. This is after she has been driven from the garden. If she thought God was tight-fisted before, she has every right to think of God as being tight-fisted now. And yet she says, I have gotten a man with the help of the Lord. So there's been some change, I think, in Eve's heart since then. She's become more mature maybe as she's lived over time, where she's saying, no, actually God does give us good things. And so Patrick, I see your response there in the chat. Egg, I'm very curious about this. I'm curious. I can play Minecraft? Okay, so we can agree on that. I'm very curious about what it is that that inspires you to write Egg in the chat. I know okay, Herobrine won't work. That sounds good. We can jump into Minecraft and I can play with you there for a bit after I get done talking. Okay, Egg is... Yum. Okay. Okay, so I'm sensing something here that, like we talked about last week, I'm hearing that you're not really interested in this discussion. So what I want to do then, okay, I remember a while back you asked me if God likes eggs, and I kind of gave you a quick answer because I was in the middle of something at the time. But I do have a question for you. Do you like eggs? So is egg a breakfast food that you would want regularly? Yes, okay, good. So I'm just kind of curious about this because you bring up, yeah, I agree, scrambled eggs are good. I actually can't have eggs anymore. I used to be able to have eggs, but for some reason I've got some, oh yeah, bacon and sauce makes everything better. I developed an allergy. Sometimes you get these random allergies. Whenever I eat eggs, that punching bag in the back of my mouth, the uvula, starts to swell up, and I can't finish my food because it feels like I've got a gag. So eggs are not good for me anymore. Goes to show how people can have a difference of opinion. I certainly do remember eggs fondly, so I definitely appreciate that God made that something that we can enjoy. So I'm just I recognize, it seems to me like when I'm talking about a story like this or the Bible, we talked about what is interesting to you last week. So when you bring up a separate topic, then that lets me know that what I'm talking about is not interesting. So that makes me wonder what kinds of things are usually interesting to people. So do you have any thoughts on what it is that people take interest in? What kind of factor makes something interesting to one person or to another person? Because I'll be honest, if someone were going on and on and on about eggs, I might find a way to incorporate the Bible and say, yeah, it's great that God made eggs something that we can enjoy, because what I'm reading here is of greater interest to me than the fact of eggs. No, I think this is good. I think this is a good conversation, because I'm wondering if what I talk about when I talk about religion. Okay, you couldn't hear? You couldn't hear my last question, or you couldn't hear when I was talking about the Bible, or help me understand what it was you couldn't hear. I have this habit of asking a question with two branches on it, like, is it the Bible? Is it what I said? the question. Okay. So my question, I would like it if we could think about this together. The question I have is, what is it that makes something interesting to anybody? What kinds of factors are involved in causing something to be interesting? Because like last week I asked, what is it that makes something fun? And I suggested that we're interested in what's fun. So that would be something that makes something fun. But then I'm wondering, what is it that makes something interesting? So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what kinds of things draw your interest. Tell you what, I think I'm going to switch to my clear water so I don't have to have a red tongue all the way through the stream. I'm trying to think about the kinds of things that... Yeah, I should stick to clear water, yes. I think this might be a good example for me, because usually I'm not interested in clear water. Usually what makes me interested in water is flavoring it. So the flavor makes water more interesting to me because it's something that I enjoy, right? So we could say it's pleasant to me, and that makes it relevant to me, maybe. So now I'm drinking clear water. Why am I drinking something that I wasn't interested in before? Well, because I've got a red tongue. So I'm now, the clear water becomes relevant to me, not because it's enjoyable, but because it's got a function, because it can clean off this embarrassing stain. But in that case, it's still relevant to me. So I'm then curious, what makes eggs relevant to you, Patrick? Because you bring them up sometimes in stream. This is not the first time you brought up eggs. And I understand eggs are yummy, but does that make them relevant to you? There's a lot of other things that are yummy. Or is there another reason that eggs are especially interesting? Yeah, I don't know. So, because the other thing that I'm wondering when I talk about a verse from the Bible, what I'm doing going through the Bible, does this sound relevant to you? This passage that I'm reading through, these stories or accounts that I'm talking about, do these feel relevant to you at all? Your brain hurts? Okay. Because my guess is, and you may have to correct me if I'm wrong, but my guess is that this doesn't feel very relevant to you. Because from what I understand, from what we've talked about before, you say that you don't do religion. So if this story here is a religious story, then why would it be relevant to you? Why would it have anything to do with you since you're not religious? The last time that you had anything to do with religion, it sounds like, was when you went to church when you were 5 before your parents moved. So you've been doing fine without anything religious. So does that make sense? That maybe the reason that what I'm talking about here is boring to you is because after this, want to play Roblox instead of Minecraft? I think if I were going to pick one or the other, I would prefer Minecraft. I at least know what I'm getting into with Minecraft. I don't know. Roblox seems like it has a lot of different experiences in it, so I'm not sure what I'm getting into when I'm getting into Roblox. Because I would like to be able to talk to you, Patrick, about things that mean something to you, things that are interesting. However, I also believe very strongly about this. This is what's interesting to me. I think this is more relevant to me than any games we might be playing. So I don't want to give up something that's important for something that's just fun. And I would love it if there's some way that we can connect so that we can have a conversation that's good for you too, that you enjoy and that doesn't hurt your brain. That, where I want to show you this one game. Okay. How about we play Minecraft first, and then after I'm done with the stream, then I can see the game that you want to show me. I may play that for just a little bit. I probably won't have a lot of energy for Afterward, but I might be able to play it for a little while. Okay. So what I'm trying to puzzle through is it, let me go ahead and pull this down for a bit. Based on an anime, okay. So what I'm trying to puzzle through is, I feel like maybe when I talk about the Bible, doesn't mean a lot to you. It's a whole different experience from you. But the Bible is important to me, and I think that's what I want to talk about. That is the basis of my beliefs. And I think when people know what I believe, then it's easier for them to relate to me. Called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay. I don't know a lot about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I've seen videos about it. So, based on the videos I've seen, I think I'm glad that I decided not to play it on stream with you, but I'll have a look when we get done with Minecraft. There's just something that seems weird to me about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think I'd rather experience that without maybe putting it out in public. So, okay. What is, if you had to pick 3 things that were the most important things in your life, Patrick, or if anybody else happens to be watching at the moment, but what are the 3 things that are most important to you? I know you've got a third one. I could come up with a third one, but I don't know if it would be the most important thing to you. So I'll let you choose that third one yourself. Because I might think games. I might suggest that games might be very important to you. What do you think? Memes are also very important, so you'd have to choose which is more important to you, games or memes. Okay, so family, friends, and you said yeah, so memes. Okay. So those are the things I think, okay, those are relevant to you. Those matter a lot to you. And maybe it would be a good thing for me to try to find out about, not that I want to get too deep, because I understand that you've got your privacy to be concerned about. There was one stream we did together. We were playing Raft, and we started talking about your school and how and your experiences with school. And I did unlist that stream because I kind of felt it was personal, and I didn't know if you really wanted something that personal out on the internet for the future. So it would be good for me to get your permission whether you want that up or if you want to keep it unlisted. That I'm certainly happy with that. So I do try to be aware that you've got your privacy to take care of, but I think it would also be good for us talking if maybe I could understand more about you and where you come from, because I do a lot of talking about my beliefs, my religion, what's important to me, but I don't have a lot of opportunity to figure out what's important to people who are on the other side of chat. Can you send the video link in Discord? Yeah, let me go ahead and see what I can do about that really quick. I'll have to find it. It was a while back. Let's see. I'm going to put this on the other monitor just to, okay, good. Live content. I don't think it was that early. I think it might have been, yeah, I see it. Let me see if I can get that link for you. Yep. And moving to Discord. And the video appears to be 2 hours and 1 minute long. So definitely, I think if you want to listen to it on double speed, then it should be completely understandable and you shouldn't lose anything in the experience. So that would bring the video down to 1 hour. I just went, when we had that game, I thought about it after the fact, and I thought probably I want to be careful about having that up since it does kind of get personal. So that's where, yeah, okay. I did link the video. Okay, so it may be that I spend time chatting today and don't get through the Genesis 4 passage, so I can do that at another time. Because I'm thinking if we could find a way to connect, and this is mainly for anyone who is watching the VOD afterward or happens to be viewing, lurking. If there's a way to connect personally, then we can start to talk about the important stuff. If I'm just talking off the top of my head about what I believe and the other person in the conversation is not really interested, then all of my talking, there's a passage here. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up while Patrick's away. Okay, yeah, an hour or two might be a bit long to for while we're on stream. So I was just filling the time and talking about how I'd like to have a good conversation with you. There is a verse that I was thinking of right here, 1 Corinthians 13:1. That's all right, just as long as I can understand you, then I think we're good. this verse in the Bible, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. So I was just saying, for anybody who watches the video after we're done, that's what I want to try to avoid. I'm talking a lot about, let's see, how do I pull this up again? I'm talking a lot about the things that I care about, but if I don't care about the things that you care about, then it kind of goes over the head, right? I sound like a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal, and I don't want that. So can I ask you about your family? You can decide what you want to share or not, but do you have any siblings, that kind of thing? What is it about your family that you really like about them, that you care about them? I see you say. Oh, okay, that's good. So we can connect in Discord about that. I can find out about that to you, with you. I'm trying to work out whether that's something I want to look at while I'm on stream, or if that's something I want to look at after the stream, since we will be playing a little bit after the stream. Then maybe we can communicate about that then also. So I think what I want to do then, for the time being, let's go ahead. If you're ready, we can go ahead and play Minecraft. I'll set aside Genesis chapter 4 for another day. And then while we're playing the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, then I'll be happy to talk to you about family, friends, and what it is about memes that you find so important. I can go ahead and get my Minecraft set up while we're waiting. So that'll be ready. And I guess I'll want to get my mic set up in Discord also. But I'll have to wait until I know that you're ready for it. I've got Minecraft up, but I don't want to... I'm thinking I'll go ahead and be ready to play Minecraft with you. We can go ahead and get into the game, play around in Minecraft for a bit, and then when the stream is ready to end, then I can go on to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with you, and maybe we can talk more then about family, friends, and such. 1.17, that sounds great. So let me set my Minecraft up for that version. Get to use all the new blocks and textures. Yeah, I've got 1.171. I'm not showing it on the screen yet because we'll be connecting on multiplayer, and I just want to try to avoid having your server information up as much as possible. Axolotl, okay. They're cute. I haven't tried taming them yet. I'm always afraid of taming something because I'm afraid of leading my animals into danger. Oh, good. Whitelist. So that's good. You have some protections in place. Okay, then I'll go ahead and pull up the screen, but I'll be holding on until you're ready. Tell you what, I want to see if I can just quickly get into my single player world so I can figure out where my camera should be in relation to everything. We can call, okay. So once I make sure my face is not in the way, then I'll be happy to get on call with you. Just a moment. Okay, I don't see anything I should be in the way of. That's good. And now I can get on call with you. Okay, starting voice call. Are we connected? I hear you.
Hello?
Hello. Your voice is a little faint, I think, but I hear you.
What?
Your voice sounds a little faint to me, but I can hear you, so it works.
I'll try to find my mod.
Okay.
I wasn't updating. Yeah, I'll try this server then.
So I'll just wait until I see your server is available.
I'm gonna restart server. I think they had a big update too, the server host I used.
Okay. And
Upload.
I'm trying to remember which that is. Is that Minehut? Is that the name of the server hub?
Yeah, I sent the thing
in Discord?
the server won't be up yet.
Okay. I want to say I might be connected to that on one of the servers I've got. So we'll see if that changes as I'm watching it.
Okay. Alright.
So what makes memes so fun for you?
Some of them are funny.
Is it memes are one of those things I know what they look like, but I don't really know what they are. A lot of the times they're movie references, so that's something that helps them to look similar. And I wonder if a lot of the times they're funny because you get the joke, so you feel like I've got some culture because I know that movie.
Server starting.
Server starting, great.
Yeah, it's up.
Okay. Well, I am not seeing it yet. Oh, now I see it. E. Okay.
I'll OP myself. Just to turn on whitelist once you're in. Nobody else can join.
Okay. So I'm in. I made it.
Hold on.
And I see 6 tactics, so I'm assuming that's you?
I changed my name.
Okay. Because you've got 6 tactics?
Okay. That should be in it.
I'll go ahead and... Oh, timed out. Good. Okay.
Oh. The connection to that is... your connection to a bunch of random letters and numbers.
Weird.
In all red.
All I saw was something that said your connection has timed out.
What the happening? What? Mm. Happening.
Is it safe to come in, or do you think that it's going to be an issue? Because it sounds like you're working through something over there.
I don't know what's happening. It says online on the first.
Let me try joining again.
Oh. What? Joining? It's just stuck on joining world.
That's on your side, or are you seeing what's on my side?
On my side.
Okay, I'm stuck on joining world also then. Huh. Yep, disconnected. Did it time out again, or was that something you did?
I'm gonna restart the server.
Okay.
Hold on. I just clicked restart, so it should. Stopping. Alright. So
Well, and I want to go ahead and keep working on this if there's a chance it'll work, but if it doesn't work, then I can play Subnautica, so there's that option for me.
Alright. Still stopping.
Okay. I'm trying to think through some of the games that I've heard from you that you like. You've mentioned some shooter games like Doom Eternal or that one in Roblox. I can't remember the name of it right now. And then you were saying I ought to try the Balloons TD6 game. We've been on Roblox where in that game where you get to throw the people around and the chairs and things like that. So it seems like you like a lot of games where you get to do physical stuff, right? And you kind of are doing activities like shooting or throwing, or is that the or tower defense? Is that does that seem like the kinds of genres that catch your attention?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it that makes those games interesting compared to like real life?
I don't know.
Do you think if like do you get involved in sports at all in real life? Is that something you get to do?
Used to.
Used to. I bet it's hard now with COVID and all the restrictions around that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in lockdown.
Yeah. What kind of sports do you like?
I used to like soccer.
Soccer? I used to play soccer for a little bit when I was a kid, so probably around when, I'm trying to think, before I was a teenager. I had long legs, so I could get across the field pretty quick, I guess. My dad was in the military, and we were over in a group of islands called the Azores Islands. They're near Portugal. They're part of they belong to Portugal. So I got to play with kids who love soccer. That was their country's sport was soccer.
Oh, I'm in the world. Oh, never mind. Why is it?
Still giving you trouble?
It was online for like a second, and then it just turned off.
Sometimes my network has issues. Like, it'll be working fine one day, and then it'll be giving me trouble another day. I wonder if it's something like that with you.
I don't usually get those, so I use a wide connection. I used to get it all the time because not wired. And I was really far away from the internet.
Mm-hmm. But since you said that your connection now is wired, so it should be more stable?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Okay. So how about I play Subnautica at least for a bit. If you want to keep working on your connection, you can, or if you choose not to, that'll be fine too. And then that'll at least have some activity going on my stream. And then
You can play Subnautica.
okay. And then when I get done with the stream today, then we can connect about that other game, Jojo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Your Bizarre Adventure.
Let me switch to my Subnautica stream, and I've got my menu up because Subnautica screen, because I didn't want the sound to conflict with the music. So now I'm going to turn off the music and
Okay.
actually get the game in front of me where I can change the settings. There we go.
I see it.
Okay, good. So I know you watch my stream, and you mentioned there was another person that you enjoy watching, Daz Games. Is that the name of the?
Yes.
Yeah, are they YouTube or Twitch? Are they a streamer or a video maker?
Video maker.
Video maker, okay. Do you tend to watch a lot of streams, or do you tend to watch a lot of videos?
Videos and streams.
Okay. So of streamers, what kind of streamers do you tend to watch? And part of that is I'd love to find people who are doing it right so that I can get better skills myself.
There's a few streamers that I like. One, not, you probably seen some stream. I get two of those. Have you heard of Moist Critical?
I've heard of him.
Trading ship
Okay,
Sunday.
we got a
Aurora,
radio
you
message
read?
here.
He's
Over.
on Twitch.
Nothing but vacuum. These Altera ships. They run low on engine grease, send an SOS. You
Weird.
offer help, they don't pick
I
up.
hear you talking before
Aurora,
it
I'm out
happens.
on the far side of the system. It's gonna take more than a week to reach your position. Do you still need our assistance? Over. I'll try them again tomorrow. Damn charter's gonna have us blowing our credits running errands for Altera. See what the long range scans.
I didn't realize there was going to be language on this one, so let me quickly adjust my description here. Yeah, while the game is running, it sounds like your mic is quiet enough that I can't really hear through like the radio messages, and I don't know if with animals moving around and things like that, if that noise is going to be overwhelming for the mic. So it may be easier for me to understand what you say in chat than what gets said over the call.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe I can go ahead and hang up the call for now. When we're playing later, I can reconnect the call with you, and then we can do that again. But for now, we can communicate in chat. I heard you say something about Moist Critical. I don't know a lot about him, so I'd be interested in finding out what makes him interesting for you. So I'll just go ahead and disconnect the calling, and I'll let you respond in chat. Okay, so I'm quickly updating the message just in case anyone cares about foul language. I know there was a time when I was a lot less tolerant about which language I listened to. So I try to make a note to warn anyone who is new to the stream. This may not be a stream that you want to take chances with if that's a really important thing for you. Patrick, I know that it's not a concern for you, so this is more for anyone who comes and visits the stream. So, okay, back in the game. So we got a message. Let me see. And Patrick, I think I saw you respond back in this chat. So what is it about Moist Critical that makes him... what does he do really well about his stream? Okay, I wanted to see what that message was, if there was a summary, because I kind of... the meaning of it. There we go. So, Aurora... Sunbeam... Looks like they're wondering if they should even come and get us. Okay. Not a lot of hope there. Okay, and we do have another medical kit. I've got plenty of medical kits. Don't need those. Okay, Moist Critical is funny. Is he trying to be a comedian, or does he does he focus a lot on jokes, or does he tend to talk about lots of stuff, but he does it in a funny way? What was it that I needed here? I know I have the Sea Glide. We went out and saw that life pod that was over by the cave system. And then the Aurora blew up. And I probably need a radiation. Does have language. Okay, good to know. Fiber mesh, and I have one, and I need lead. So probably I need to be looking around in the kelp forests, because they've got those outcrops. But that means I'm going to be around all the stalker fish, so... I saw a interview between Moist Critical and a streamer named who goes by the name of Dr. K. Dr. K stream is Healthy Gamer GG, and he does psychology, so helps people psychiatry, helps people to solve like life issues they have related to the ways that they think. So, let's see. So I want to get some of those sandstone outcrops. So Dr. K was talking to Moist Critical on his stream. I don't remember specifically what they were talking about, but you kind of get a look at the behind the scenes of the streamers on Dr. K's streams on Healthy Gamer GG, but I don't think you get a good sense of who the streamer is on their actual stream. Sometimes I've seen someone that I like on one of Dr. K's streams, and then I see how they actually run their stream, and I go, well, that sense of humor isn't really what I care for. Oh, stalker. And I'm holding all metal objects, and they really like metal objects, so that's just going to draw them to me. Thankfully, it's not nighttime, so maybe that can help me. I'm gonna try to see if I can avoid him. Are there any other streamers that you think do really good? hearing lots of noise from that thermal vent, but oh, there's lots of outcrops in here. And hopefully I don't suffocate in here.
30 seconds.
So let me get out and not run into it. Oh, there's a stalker and it's roaring. It's probably after me. Where is it? It found something other than me, so that's good.
Oxygen.
I know. Haven't watched streams lately. I understand that. I used to watch more, and then I'm trying to get back into the habit. I didn't really watch a lot of streams until I actually started streaming. And then I started looking for streamers like me, and I don't find a lot of people doing what I'm trying to do with this channel. And I did find some people I liked. And then I just went through a period where I just had too much going on in my life. I didn't feel like I had a lot of time for streams. Okay, so I've got a fish, and that bladderfish might be useful to make a air balloon, because that would get me to the surface quickly. This is what I'm looking for. I need silicone rubber, but I got one lead. And I could get grapevine seed clusters for the silicone rubber. Got lots of space for that. I don't need the titanium. Where now? Got silver. That might be useful. Silver and gold. And I am low on water. If I got any extra, I need to make water. So that is first priority. Oh, whole fish. Those guys are yummy. I think the peepers, at least in the beginning, are the yummiest, and then I gotta look for Reginald's, because they're kind of the most yummy fish I've found so far in the game. I haven't beat Subnautica yet. These are the peepers. I need... well, that should do. I'm looking for these coral tubes. But, oh, okay, I thought that was something. Thought I was looking at something different. I thought this was a great big coral. This is the great big coral tube I thought I was looking at. Sometimes there are stalkers near here, so no, not going to go in there just now. Going to get a breath of air. Notice something interesting. Yeah. You go under and there's the scuba diving mask around the screen, but then you go up on the surface and the scuba diving mask disappears. That's interesting. Apparently I've got another radio message, so we'll see what that is.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location.
Okay.
We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it.
Uh-oh.
It's a bad option, all right, but so are all the others.
Well, I like that guy. I hope he lands safely. Okay, I want that water, which I'm going to drink right away. Yeah, that'll do it. Can I make another one? Yeah? And then have that water. Okay, so that's set. I needed some rubber, which I don't have. And is there anything else I can get? I already have lots of I need food. Okay. So, cook my whole fish and a peeper. That's the most food. I'll eat that and then top it off. There we go. Plenty full now. And now I can go back to the kelp forest. There's usually one on either side of me. I think can't tell which one's the closest one. But this way is the one with the least stalkers right away, so I like to go to this one. Okay, need some of that. Need some of these seeds. And I don't need him.
30 seconds.
Already? Okay. Nearly home, and then I can hopefully get my... Oh, what spooked you? It wasn't me, I wasn't that close. Maybe I shouldn't be investigating. I don't see what it was. Guess I'll never know. Maybe a cave fish attacked him or something. There's all those caves over there. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to upset ya. Dr. Jedi, welcome. I'm just playing Subnautica for a bit, and that'll be pretty much the stream at this point until streams end. And I'm trying to get silicone rubber. And what did I need? Yeah, that was what I needed the seeds for. Fiber mesh. I still need one more piece of lead. So there's the air bladder. That'll help me to get to the surface faster. What can I trade out for this? I need the flashlight. I don't need the repair thing as much, I think, so I'll trade those out. It is getting dark. Wonderful. Well, if I go near the thermal vent, then I can... Is that a werewolf t-shirt you're wearing? No, it's a normal wolf. I like wolves as normal, ordinary animals. I think they're the best animals God created. Obviously, there's it's not a competition. God made a lot of great animals, but I really do appreciate wolves. So I do tend to wear wolf t-shirts on the stream. Okay, let's see if I can avoid getting eaten, because these stalker things start to hunt at night. Maybe if I stay in the caves, as long as I can keep breathing. And there's that thermal vent. I need a flashlight. If I...
A common complication for cave divers is loss of orientation, followed by eventual asphyxiation.
Yeah, you're probably up. I do not like the idea of a stalker between me and the surface.
30 seconds.
Yeah, no. Okay. Get my air bladder to help me on here. Okay. I did get some of those sandstone outcrops. I'll have to check my inventory and see if I have what I need. Roulette, good. The Dr. Jedi, I see you saying you were born on a full moon. I have no idea what the weather conditions surrounding my birth were. I think I was born at 2 p.m. or roughly 2 p.m. in the time zone in which I was born. That's about all I know. So certainly I wouldn't have known if it was a full moon or not. Okay, so now we get the radiation suit. There we go. Because with that Aurora blast, got a nice view of it tonight. The ship's all on fire. That causes radiation in one of the areas that I'm going to be exploring. But that's all fixed now. What else am I going to need? Numerology and astrology are very interesting. What is it about those things that is interesting to you? Patrick and I were talking about what causes things to be interesting earlier. I think it would be interesting to hear what interest you have in those subjects. Okay, compass. I already have fins, I think. Oh, high capacity oxygen tank. When did I get that? I get glass and titanium. What do I have? Titanium. Not the caves. Tend to find quartz in caves. Still got a shot of the sky though, so this is not there. But you can also find quartz. I should have my light on. You can also find quartz where the red grass is. That's salt, which is also useful. Got a couple of those. And that guy does not look happy or friendly. Here's quartz. I'm gonna get a breath and then I'll come back and get that quartz. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you can deal with reality. Are numerology and astrology knowledge? He is wandering a bit too. Oh, and there's another quartz. That might give me enough for the glass I want. Hopefully no cave fish nearby. glass. I only get one though. I think I needed 2, right? Yeah, I need 1 more. I was trying to catch a breath here. There we go. That egg is a cavefish egg. Tells me this place is dangerous. I'm gonna risk it anyway. There's another one. Maybe there's something else in this direction. Okay. That's done. I can get the other piece of glass I needed. So, I didn't need titanium. I do, but I have plenty in storage. Oh well. I guess I've got more storage space now. And then what I wanted was I be able to make this. Do I have space to take off my oxygen tank? Yes. So I wonder if they're giving me a better oxygen tank because of that cave system down below. So Dr. Jedi, to fill you in on what I'm hoping for this channel, and I'm still new at the streaming thing, still trying to learn my way through everything I'm doing. I think it's pretty obvious from the title, from my description, that I'm a Christian. So I think you're familiar with that. At least you would have possibly understood that coming in. I hope that's not a surprise to you. And I, on the one hand, I want to share what I believe, but I think more importantly, it's good to kind of compare and contrast beliefs. I want to be able to hear what other people believe too. So, I certainly welcome you being here. Astrology, numerology is something the Bible tells us Christians to stay away from. But I am definitely interested in hearing from other people about their beliefs, understanding where they come from, kind of comparing, contrasting what our positions are. And it would be a matter of practice for me. I don't tend to have a lot of interaction outside the Christian circle. So I do want to understand, but it's something that I've still got to learn to do. How to react at first. Do I express my opinion first or listen first? That kind of thing. I'd rather do the latter. So I just hope I do hope you understand as I make a reaction like I did, where is astrology and numerology, are they knowledge? It's a reaction that comes from my Christian beliefs, because the Bible tells us that is not a kind of knowledge that we need. On the other hand, I hope you don't take it as I'm going to be wanting to try to attack or anything like that. Certainly, if we have a difference of beliefs, that may be something that I'll have to practice, work out of my system, that kind of thing. So, but I'm interested in a dialogue is where I'm getting. Let's see. I don't think I need any vines just yet. now that I have my radiation suit, I can head closer to my ship. And since that other ship is going to be trying to pick me up, apparently, maybe I ought to see what I can find out about my ship. Don't need that. Let's keep my... I saw a flash of light earlier. That thing's creepy when you can't see where it is. They're harmless, but really big. Thought I saw a flash of light off in this direction too, but let me stick with trying to get close to my ship. There's some interesting pieces down there. Up, and that's a predator. Small one, but still potentially harmful.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Noted. Can you get up to the... Oh, no, I'm fine. Don't need to get to the surface right away, but I do need to be aware of that. That's a lot of salt down there. I'll have a peek at this ship. Got a case down there. I think I'll investigate that in a moment. Oh, a battery. That could be useful. I've got a lot of devices now. And this is another one of those big... predator, but... That looks like... Oh. Are you allowed to be out here? There's no kelp. But that tunnel looks like a big coral tube. I wonder where it's going. Just want to try to avoid those sick fish over there. There's two stalkers. Okay, this apparently is stalker hunting ground. Maybe I don't necessarily want to drop my weapon when I see trouble. But this looks like a big tube, but I don't know that it opens up anywhere. So this area is probably laced with a ton of radiation, but I'm wearing my radiation suit, so I'm fine. See, it's all dead over here. Another tank. Another battery. If that's the last one I'll try to pick up. I need water. And food. So I probably ought to get back home so I can cook. Nice to know there's a lot of coral around here. wonder about these. Apparently I can scan that. Coral shell plate. Can I harvest it? No. Oh, I hit it. I don't think so. All right, I do not understand what you just said, Doctor. Or, no, that's not Dr. Jedi. I saw a pink icon, so I didn't associate it. Milan, thank you very much for coming on the stream. But I did not understand what you just said. This is interesting, though. I think this is as much traffic as the stream has had in one day. Tell you what, it may be because I am under the wrong heading. I'm going to quickly pause and make sure that I am on the proper game heading. Because I think I set myself to be a people and blog stream. That would not be good to keep up. Because I wasn't sure what game I would be playing. So this is Subnautica. And now my stream settings should reflect that. That's good. Okay. And I'll get myself some food and water. And I can cook up one of these hoverfish too. There we go. I'll just make sure that I have plenty of water left over. So I still have salt. I do need coral. Oh, and I have plenty of bleach too, apparently. Let me see if I can find that flash that I saw earlier. I think it's over by the thermal pit. Oh, got a breath by accident. That's cool. Yep, that's the flash I was talking about. So that seems like it might be important, but we got stalkers to pay attention to across the way. We are at level stalker now. That's the kind of enemies the game keeps throwing at us. And that one looks a bit close for comfort. And I'm among all the metal, so... Is that guy after me or after some of these metal bits? Yeah, he doesn't look like he's after me. Well, I think this was about the area that flash appeared. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. This is where that life pod was that I found earlier. Get a breath. So somewhere around here Could be whatever that flash was. Be bearing out this way. And what is that? Up! Hi, friend. Yeah, it's getting night, so they will be hunting more. Maybe I should finally make use of my sea glide. These batteries don't last long. Oh. Heard something. Better get out here. My flashlight batteries are already in the 80s. What is that? That's a peeper, okay. They close their eyes during the dark, apparently. There's another one. Maybe my light's just too bright for it. Easier to catch them this way. But then again, stalkers like peepers too. One thing I've wondered about this game is I felt like on an earlier run the fish population was declining in the areas where I was living in. Like I was overeating. So I just caught a lot of peepers, but that made me wonder if I ought to be more cautious. I think I'm going to cook myself a peeper, and then I'm going to take a quick bio break. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Now I can hear. Okay. Let's see. So I've topped off my food and drink. It would be nice if I could cook while I'm out, and there is a tool for that. This habitat builder. I can make a new base elsewhere. So for that I would need a computer chip, a wiring kit, and I do have a battery. Ah, I didn't mean to make a power cell. That will be useful later, but now I don't have a battery, I betcha. Yeah, so. Whoops. Moving too fast. But computer chip and wiring kit. 2 silver ore, I still need 1, so that'll be in the kelp forest. And then I need copper wire, which comes from copper ore, which I can get from a limestone deposit. A little dark around here. I think I lost my sense of in-game time when I took my break. Scan some of these guys. I'm not sure how much we want me to be reading the documentation that the game has about them, but get some good info. We're a bit closer to the kelp forest with the night stalkers. Titanium, I'm looking for copper. Another peeper. That was lead. Probably not a bad thing. Not what I was looking for. I've got enough salt for now.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters, leading to an unknown environmental biome.
Cave entrance, huh? That's plenty of copper. And there's some of those biter fish. Works in case I need it later. And I saw something here. An egg. Don't know what kind of egg that
30
is.
seconds.
Okay, I'll get to the surface. Hello, Patrick. I see you. I see you. Okay. Sweet home, I can make some copper wire. There we go. And that gives me a computer chip. Now what I need is the wiring kit, so an extra piece of silver.
Print acquired.
Yay. That is definitely a stalker over there. That's the thing about these kelps forests, they hide long flowy fish like that. I think that glowing egg is probably a stalker egg. Probably. I don't need a breath, I just felt like I did. And then you have these fish groups that kind of move in flowing patterns too. They do not help. The on the prize, that would be sandstone outcrops. Okay, this is a cave system. Gotta be careful I don't get lost in here. I think I got copper, unless that was gold, because I heard a chime thing. I got silver. I think that's what I needed. Ah! Okay. That stalker was not after me. That kind of looks like a sea creature. The way this rock sticks out. Too close, too close. Okay. I will not get so distracted. I will go home. Wait. I think this was that flash that came from earlier. And there is a stalker around here. I'll look around. I think this is that flash I was looking. Field door cut open to access. Ah! Where are you? You're stuck? That's fine. You can stay stuck and you guys can stay away. Stop following me, please. This guy's still stuck. Just the way I want him. I don't think he can. Probably don't want to try going under him. Is there a way in? Okay, I'm in trouble. Haha. Okay. Kinda like the shark on Raft. What's this? A way in. Which I'm going to make use of immediately. Wait, that's the stuck stalker. Going to keep my distance. I need that PDA.
Integrating new PDA data.
And how's my air? I probably better make my way back out. Okay, that was fun. Doesn't look like there's much more room in there. Besides the, where you cut open the door, it seems like it just goes into the same room. I need air. Okay, nearly there. So what's this PDA data I picked up? Should check that. Said something about Degrassi, I think. Data download? Degrassi survivors? Okay. Degrassi crew manifest, that's it. Bart Torgal was the vice president of Torgal Corp. I guess Torgal, probably. Lost in space near, is that this planet? 19 years old. The only legitimate child of Paul Torgal. Beneficiary of enhanced learning techniques, so super smart. Digi-trained in advanced biochemistry. Mr. Kassar reports Bart was accompanying his father to a newly constructed deep space station where he was to serve a 5-year term as chief operating officer. The kid was young, but going to be COO. So, let's see. That was that here? 4, 5. 46B. Yeah, that's our planet, 4546B. But that was not on the Aurora. At least I don't think it was. It was the Degassi. So the Degassi, fell. Okay. There's another ship that's been destroyed around here? Tell you what, I'll see if I have means to make any more tech. As I do. Wiring kit. Does that mean I can get my tool? Not yet, apparently. I got my computer chip. What do I need to make my tool? A battery, of course. Do I have copper? I do. All I need are the acid mushrooms. Actually, that does sound strange to say on the internet. So they make this odd sound when you pick them up. I think I'll call them chickapucks from now on because of the sound they make. Okay. Now I can make my battery. And now I can build bases. Yes.
The Builder tool is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
I get a message right away, huh? Like it was programmed that way.
This is Sunbeam. You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there. There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're it. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
I think he's saying they're the good guys? I hope. I don't know where they're gonna park. I've got my habitat builder. I think I'll move over toward that Aurora. Over there. No, there's some stalkers that way. What else is that way? Oh, I need more water. That'll do for now. Okay, what, I'm going to investigate that crate lying out in the middle of nowhere. Glide fragment. I got one of those, but titanium's not a bad thing now that I've got a habitat builder. Oh, Reginald's! Those are good eats.
New creature discovered.
They don't look great, but they're good eats. This guy is a Gary. Oh, already got a message? Bye, Gary. It is about the time I nearly end my stream, so I think I'll take this message and then I'll know where we're going to be starting off the game with the next stream.
This is LifePod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Okay, life pod
Signal
6.
coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Okay, so the data bank, life pod 6, transmission origin. So they were able to take a picture, which is in the red area. She said a kilometer from the ship. At approximately 100 meters. Approximately 400 meters west-northwest of life pod 4's last known location. Where's life pod 4? Not this one. So I guess I have information about 2 life pods now. If I can find the one in the photo, I have to figure out where life pod 4 is in relation to that. Because I also had 17 and 3, so that neither of those is 4. So I'll take care of that the next time. I think we're about ready to wrap up the stream. Patrick, I'll be in communication with you on Discord. And everybody else, everybody total, God bless you, and play kind.